Hi, guys. Welcome to the Gig Economy Podcast, the
B-side.
Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. As you know, this is a Wednesday night where we interview a gig worker creator, and tonight we have a gig worker. Although I don't know if he's a creator.
I don't create. I'm not creative.
You're not creative.
No, God, no.
Okay. So yeah, we have Frank. Frank has been in our group, our Telegram group, for about what?
Couple months, yeah, a few months.
A couple months. So
I lurked for a while before I started talking. Get a gauge of how you guys were.
Totally normal. It would be weird if you jumped in and started. Like, it would be fine, but I'd be like, "Oh, this guy's ready to rock."
Yeah,
I'm impressed you actually turned from lurking mode into real.
I love talking. I love talking to people so much. So it's awesome to have a group where it's like this is a job that like is very lonely without any coworkers. So
yeah, for
Definitely.
sure. We talk about that all the time. That's
I get legitimately depressed if I go like weeks without talking passengers. It's fun to talk.
Yeah, for sure. So tell us a little bit about who you are, what market you drive in, and how you got started in gig work, Frank.
I'm in the Philadelphia market, so Southeast Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware areas. I got started in this 6 years ago. Started delivering pizzas for Domino's on the side, and I loved that. That was a lot of fun, but it did not pay very well. So it was purely for fun, something to do on the side. And then did Uber Eats for like a week before my car broke down, conveniently, so I wasn't able to do that. And then off and on, as I got better cars, kept doing pizza delivery, and then I finally got a better car that allowed me to do Uber. And I'd always wanted to do Uber because taking rides for so long, it was something that was really cool. That so they would show up super quick. They were nicer than cab drivers, cheaper than cabs. It was seamless, and I was like, this is something I could do. And then I finally got a nicer car and started doing it.
That's amazing. So Philadelphia, what was the reason for it? Just because you wanted more money, or like because you're a full timer right now, right?
Yeah, I'm now full time. Yeah, for the past couple months, I've been full time. Yeah, off and on. But I started doing Uber about a year ago. That was the thing with my account says it's 6 years old because 6 years ago I started doing Uber Eats for a week. So I've only been doing Uber for about a year at this point now.
Okay. How many rides do you have?
1,200 or so. Okay, just under 1,200.
Are you on Lyft at all?
Yeah, I do Lyft too, but not nearly as often. I only have like 400 rides, and 200 of those were from the introductory bonus.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't really do Lyft all that often because it doesn't really pay nearly as much as Uber.
Yeah,
but I'll keep it on still just in case something comes in, and every now and again something does.
Yeah, and you never know when Uber's going to deactivate you or run a background check, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Hey. We don't have to get into that. So what was your first vehicle that you had when you drove Uber? So that's
it's still this vehicle. It's still this vehicle. Yeah.
And what is that?
Hyundai Accent.
Okay.
So why was it in for a month?
I got an accident, small accident. Yeah, but they had to get the parts shipped from like across the country and painted and stuff. So.
Okay. Yeah.
So that took forever.
Yeah, I think was it was in the last year. Sorry, I started.
Yeah, it was a couple months ago.
Okay, I was gonna. I remember during COVID how terrible it was to get anything. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it was ridiculous. Yep. Yeah,
like the whole country shut down.
Yeah.
So you said it was an accident?
Yeah, just a small accident. Yeah, some jerk came out in front of me when I was down in Wildwood.
Okay.
It was going to go along with my best and worst stories, actually. So we can say that for later if you want. But that was also when I rented they gave me a Chevy Bolt EV to rent at Avis and to drive for Uber, and that was a lot of fun. But
I saw
battery's rough.
Yeah, what was rough about the battery? Did you have a EUV or just the?
No, I had the EUV. I had the big SUV. Yeah,
the bigger one. Well, I wouldn't say it's big, but.
It's decently big. I liked it. It's a roomy SUV, but there's no trunk space in it. No. But I hated it because you had maximum about 200 miles between it being like 80% full down to 20%. You had like maximum 200 if you were lucky, and that's no go. I can do 400 miles a day easily. Like I cannot do 200 miles. And it takes 45 minutes to charge those. I was
Yeah,
sitting at those charging points forever. I just went like 6 in Philadelphia.
Yeah, unfortunately, it does. The Bolt will only accept 50 kilowatts at a time. So, and it barely ever gets that. If you go to a charge point, I can get, as long as there's no one else on the other charger, I get like 46. But as soon as someone else plugs in, I get like 28. I'm like,
yeah, they're terrible.
Just go unplug them, Jason. I mean, and you would do that.
well,
I did that a couple of times for people just to like get them stop having to charge them in the feet and stuff, just because I felt nice.
Well, it will once you hit 80%. No, it'll keep going at 80%.
It goes past 80%,
but it slows down.
It slows down significantly, yes. By the time you're at 90 to 95, it's no faster than charging through your home charger.
Yeah.
Slow one.
The home charger, they said I will get 25 miles an hour, so I'll be able to.
Yeah, it's pretty decent.
So
not bad for a $500 investment, you know.
Yeah, $500 investment. What do you mean?
That's about what it is.
For what?
To get the wall battery at your house. Is it more than that? Really? Somebody quoted me 500 randomly when I was driving. And
he must have stolen it.
Well, shit.
Maybe just the parts are 500.
Well, here's the thing. So the charger that comes with the car, I can use that. I just got quoted 1,600 to get the plug put in, like the 240 outlet. Yeah,
for your house.
So Chevy gave me 1,000, and then I have to come up with 680, which I think is fair. My house is
that's pretty fair, yeah. Because you'll save a decent amount of money for that month that I did that. I spent $200 on electricity. At the stations.
That's so cheap.
But that is cheap compared to the $600 to $800 a month you can spend driving.
I know.
Gas. Yeah.
I know.
The trade-off is I hated sitting around, and the closest one was like 12 miles from my house, so it was annoying as hell to go do that 45 minutes before I had to start my shift, and it's like, shit, there goes all that time.
No, I agree. Yesterday I went out and charged before I did an Amazon route. I get to the warehouse, and they gave me a freebie. They didn't have any boxes, so I charged for 45 minutes and then went to the warehouse and they sent me home. Not complaining, but I'm like, I spent 45 minutes just watching Seinfeld on Netflix.
But then you don't have to do that tomorrow. Hey, so you said about a year ago you started on Uber full time. What made you make that change?
Well, it was that I needed a car for my living situation to get to my day job. I needed a car because I was full time working from home. Then they started making us come in. Like once or twice a week, so I had to finally buckle down and get a car because I wasn't near the train stations anymore. Okay. And I was like, with this was a year ago with COVID markets, COVID making the vehicle market still topsy-turvy. It's more expensive to buy a used car than it is a new one, and I didn't really care about the depreciation on it since I'm going to have it for the whole life of the vehicle. So I was just like, screw it. I'll just buy a new car. That way I know I'm the only one putting all the miles on it. I don't have to worry about what the hell else somebody did with it 40,000 miles ago.
Yeah.
So, whatchamacallit? Yeah, and I'm very happy that I did it, It's not that bit much different than having a used car, to be honest, with the price of it. And it's nice to know that I'm the only one that put all the miles on it, and I take care of it religiously.
Yeah, are you a stickler on maintenance?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How often do you get an oil change?
Every 5,000, right on the dot.
Yeah, but what is that, like once a month?
Yeah.
Oh,
about once a month, yeah. It's not so bad. But whatchamacallit? And then I do the rotation and alignment. Firestone offers a $200 lifetime alignment, so that's pretty sweet. Because otherwise they're $100 each, and you have to do that each oil change, every tire rotation.
Why do you grind the long trip so much? I see you talk about
that. I love the long trips. I love driving. Driving is just like my favorite thing, but I hate city driving. I hate the stop and go and constant traffic, which is why I drive at night, because even at night there's not much city traffic. But I love highway driving so much. It is so easy to just get on the highway, hit cruise control, and talk the whole night. And they pay decently well for what it is. I know I have to deadhead back most of the time with those, depending on where they take me. Eventually, I'll have to deadhead back.
Yeah.
But it's not that bad because usually they tip pretty well on the long ones too, especially like airport trips.
So you don't
have upfront pricing?
Oh no, we do have upfront pricing. Yeah, in New Jersey we don't.
Here are just shit.
Yeah, no, they're decent here for Uber. They're very reasonable. Yeah.
And so, do you ever negotiate a return rate?
No, I never do anything like that. But I always get tipped pretty decently, so I don't really worry about that. My car gets incredible gas mileage for what it is. It can get 40, 50 miles a gallon on the highway, just because I drive like a grandma. So I don't really mind with it.
Yeah, I don't have that on mine. I can tell you that.
Yeah, in a minivan, yeah, you're lucky to get 25. Yeah.
And he's got a lead foot.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
I
do
used
we
to
have
a
to
lead
bring
foot,
that up
but
all the time?
you got to be conscious. You got to make the conscious decision to not speed. And once you
I
learn, it's a very hard thing to get over. But learn that the brake pedal is for stopping, not slowing down. Slow down by letting go of the gas.
Most times, I get about 22, 23 miles per gallon, which
That's
I think is pretty
reasonable.
good. That's pretty
about
good.
average for it's exactly average for.
Yeah.
I mean, I was getting 17 on a good day with my Pilot. So
wow.
I know
I've
gone
40
from
to
that.
50.
I'm going from that to an EV, so I'm really looking forward to getting.
Well, you have your solar power panels. Can we start talking about Frank and not you, Jason?
No. Hey, he brought it up, man.
Hey, it's no problem. I'll talk about anything forever.
Asshole.
He's so excited. He doesn't have fuel costs.
I know.
So
yeah, that's got to be awesome.
Go ahead, yes, sir.
No, I was just gonna say. So, what made you? I mean, so a year ago, you bought the car.
Yeah,
and then so you
said you were what was the switch to be like, you know?
Yeah, I know you were working, but you were working from home. What were you doing?
Because I was an accountant.
Okay.
Yeah, so working from home gave me the opportunity to put lots of miles on the car for doing Uber and not lots of miles commuting day to day.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, and so yeah, for so long I had taken Ubers and Lyfts and been like, oh, I really want to do this at some point, and looking forward to doing it in the future. And I finally got the car, and I was like, all right, got the car, now I'm gonna start doing this. Bing, bang, boom. And it turns out I fell in love with it from the first day I started it.
So you quit you're doing accounting?
Yeah, I did. I quit a while ago. Yeah, okay. It's very stressful, incredibly stressful.
Yeah,
the time since I quit has flown by quicker than I could have ever imagined, just because all that job was worrying about the next 4 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I see that.
Sometimes it's not worth the stress,
Yeah, 8 years of stressing out about the next 3 or 4 weeks, and then month-end close is just too much.
Yeah.
I guess we don't spend enough time talking about that benefit as well by this kind of job, right? Because you
it's very stress-free.
You don't really have to worry about anything. You can just drive, turn the app on, and you will make money. I mean,
yeah, I just drive. I drive and I pick up passengers that have high ratings to make sure I don't get people that are peepers and shit like that. And I just drive and have fun.
See, I'm the total opposite though. Like rideshare adds anxiety for me. Like
no, not me at all.
And stuff like that's why, like Amazon and food delivery and stuff like that. I find that I feel I'm more at ease doing that because I feel like I need to be on, like try to engage and then, okay, is this guy going to stab me in the neck? Cause it's like right behind me and not, so I can't see you. And now I got this car that's smaller and everything's closer. I don't know. It causes me anxiety.
Just ask them to move over.
That, but that's why, you keep mace and stuff on you. I know the only thing Uber allows is mace as a self-defense tool because it's not a weapon. So you keep mace on you. That's what most drivers I've talked to keep mace. Yeah, they allow mace. They allow self-defense tools. So you can't have a knife, you can't have a gun, but you can have self-defense tools like a taser or mace.
A taser? Mm-hmm.
Yes, you were allowed to have a taser in the Uber app. It does allow you to have a taser. But those are very expensive. I wouldn't, and it's much harder to get somebody with a taser compared to pepper spray.
Yeah, you're gonna get yourself with pepper spray.
Yeah, the hole going like that versus just that.
But you'll hit yourself in the face too.
Well, that's why you get the pepper gel, because the gel goes straight ahead. It doesn't spray like pepper spray.
Yeah, but then you got to aim though.
Yeah, but it's a lot easier to aim when it's right behind you than it is to swing your whole arm around like that to get the guy who's going to still be several inches back there.
I mean,
they're not going to be up there trying to do. They're going to be back there, with the knife. I think all this stuff through ahead of time.
Oh, that's my God! Yeah. So why don't we go into you talking about your best and your worst stories? Because we're kind of almost there.
So I got 3. I got the best and the worst, and then I got best worst. Okay. So my best worst is fun because I went down to Atlantic City. Everybody knows Atlantic City in New Jersey. South of that, way down south, is where all the beach towns are of New Jersey that everybody loves. Wildwood is a very popular one. Went down there, I earned $500, like $520 over the course of like about 11 hours, I think, 10, 11 hours.
That's decent.
Because that was Memorial Day weekend. If that was, I think it's Memorial Day that just happened in May. That was that. And then I was like, oh, sweet, this is awesome. I went down the next night, Sunday night. Made $18 off of 3 cancels because of no shows and 1 like 2-mile trip. And there was just nothing for like 2 hours. And then I had the app off and I'm just driving around. And then boom, I got in an accident. And guess what my deductible is? About $500. So
okay. So you weren't online when you got in that accident?
No, I didn't have anybody. I wasn't online, nothing like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just a shitty situation. One-way streets that are crazy cramped, and guy wasn't paying attention.
Shocker.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was a shitty situation. But then I'd say my best, I don't really know because almost all my trips are super chill. I always have like awesomely chill passengers. I never get people that are frustrated or angry. If they are, it's because they were already angry to begin with before they got in the car, you know. And at that point, you can't do nothing. Yeah. So I have a lot of bests of just really happy, awesome 3-4 passenger car, trips where we're just having a lot of fun, talking up, just being goofy the whole time. And then just lots of times of just the hundreds I've gone through that I can't remember, but lots of talkative passengers that have wonderful stories. That's why I really love this job, is all the awesome stories I hear about people's lives.
Jesper, does Frank remind you of Ben at all?
Oh yeah, totally. Except the hair. Ben doesn't have the hair.
No, you have the hair for sure. But Ben was always like, "Oh, I just love the conversations. I meet so many." People, and it's just like so cool.
Yeah.
Which it is, but like again, it's not for me. And you drive at night too. Do you find?
I almost exclusively drive at night. So I get headaches. I get headaches and stuff from the sun. But yeah, I still get tons of frequent conversations in the middle of the night. But that's why I go back with saying, like, if I get several days without passengers, I get sad because most times I really don't have talkative people. It's only a few times a night where it'll be talkative if it's the middle of the night. There's a lot of locals in Philly that are traveling in the middle of the night.
Okay.
Not like tourists and stuff. So it's not too much to talk about, but occasionally there'll be somebody that's a tourist and like came from the Phillies game or something like that. So I get to have fun with them.
So if you get chatty into the Telegram group, we know you're lonely and you haven't talked to anybody in a while.
Yeah, usually, yeah. I just fucking love talking. I love it so much. I could go on for so many hours.
Maybe that's why I'm not enough chatty, Jason, because I have so many chatty customers. Because most of the ones I pick up are drunk.
I was saying, if you like to talk, you should start a podcast.
No, I can never start a podcast. I don't like to be out in public like that. Being like, this is as far as I would go with having a front-facing public thing.
Really?
But that's why I do the night, is because the drunk passengers are so much fun. People are always like, "Oh, don't you hate the drunks? Why do you work at night?" It's like, no, those are my favorite clientele.
That's me.
They're always fun. Yep. They're almost never, too intoxicated.
Jeez,
usually they're pretty good. Philly's a pretty big city.
I know, but my point is, like, I do get some fun people, but most of the time, maybe it's my attitude.
It's you, man.
My attitude. Gotta be happy. Always have a smile. I wear a mask usually. Excuse me. I always wear a mask, but I still smile underneath because people can tell. People can see it, and you can hear it when you speak. You can actually hear the difference.
For sure. Yeah, probably my attitude for sure.
Always be happy and cheerful. Like I tell my passengers a lot, this is like the best customer service job in the world, because customer service is about solving the problem for the customer, and you showing up are solving the problem right then and there. Mm-hmm. You're not having to deal with somebody at a register who's furious ahead of time. The moment you show up, problem is solved. They're happy to get in your comfy car.
So I know you didn't bring this up as your worst ride or anything like that, but I gotta ask you anyways. Have you ever had to throw anybody out of your car?
Oh yeah, not tons, but I'd say like 3 or 4 times I've had to do it.
And why?
Just too intoxicated.
Too intoxicated. Okay.
Yeah, one time a guy got poured into the car by his friend. That's the saying I say a lot. If they look like they're about to get poured into my car, I pull right off. I don't deal with that crap, because that's what it is. When you got 2 people helping you get into a car, and you can barely get in yourself. Like it literally looks like you're being poured into a car, like you're liquid. And that's a no-go. That's like 110%. Like they are going to have a problem with something, or they're going to get sick in some way. Yeah. So that happened one time, and he was like, "I don't even want to go," because he was fighting the woman who was helping him get in the car in the first place. And I was like, "Sounds good. Get out of my car." I drove like half a mile down the street, around the corner. I was like, "All right, get out. There you go. Bar's right back there if you want to go back." It was like 3:30 in the morning, so they were already closed. So I don't know what the fuck he was going to do.
It's win-win for both of you.
And then one time I had somebody that was just making the vomit burps, and you could tell he was groaning, and he was like, "Oh no, we still had 20 minutes to go," and it was just about to get on the highway, and I was like, I'm not pulling over on the highway. You're gonna get out right here. I'm sorry, bud. And his friend was like totally cool. I understand. His friend was sober, and he was trying to like ease him the whole time about like, "Oh, it's okay, man. We'll be there soon." I was like, I'm not playing this roulette. You can get out right here at this gas station. And he was like, "Okay, that's fine. Sorry." I was like, "Thank you for at least understanding." Most people wouldn't understand.
Right. Have you ever frozen people out? Like the trick we use is you just open all windows, cool the car down, like hey down, and then that'll really slow them down. Have you done that?
What? Like if they're like too intoxicated, just open all the windows up?
Yeah, if you're worried about them,
thought of that.
If you're worried about them puking, just roll down all your windows.
Oh no, I'm not gonna risk that, because the moment that stuff gets on your paint, that starts eating away at your paint. I'm not risking having my brand new car's paint being all messed up like that either.
No, what we do,
I'd be too afraid of that.
I don't roll the windows down, but I just turn the air on full blast, because like anytime if you've had the
cold
flu,
AC helps a lot.
Yeah, you've had the flu, you're hot and you're uncomfortable, and like being cold is the best. Yeah. And so like, because you're getting the sweats, and you're just like, so I just freeze them out, and just like, okay, I'm
ice
dying.
Cold car helps a lot.
I'm like dying. I'm like, it's the middle of winter, and I got the fucking air on. I'm just like,
Yeah, you know what? The cold air helps them though, so that's true. I always have it cranked in the first place because I love the cold. So
yeah.
Like I had the other night, I had picked up a family from the airport, a family of two, mom, dad, and their two little boys. Couldn't have been more than like 3 or 4. And we were like halfway through the ride, and she was like, "Are you getting tired?" And he's like, "Yeah." She's like, "You okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm tired and cold." I was like, "Oh, poor guy." I'm trying to beat up a little bit.
I have a question. As far as like you just do Uber, do you maximize, like what kind of incentives do you have in your market? Do you have like quests, or are you?
We have the quests, I guess they're called, where you do like 20 trips, you get $30 or whatever, or the other way around.
Okay.
They scale all the way up to like 90 trips for like $100 or whatever. I never do any of that crap. I just do the lowest tier ones, because you're going to make more being selective about your trips in the first place.
Yeah. That new little program hasn't come to Grand Rapids yet, where it goes on how much money you've made.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah, that hasn't come here either, thankfully.
Yeah, because like this weekend I got 60 rides for $260.
Yeah, although I wouldn't really complain if that came here. I've thought off and on about that, because it seems like it works out about the same. I mean, they Uber is a multi-billion-dollar company. They've got people they pay well into the 6 figures to do research on this stuff. I'm sure it's equally the same. It's not going to be so wildly different as to cause backlash, because it would have gone away by now.
I disagree, because some of those are like you earn $400, you get like $20. I mean, like,
is that poor? Oh, I didn't see that, but that's piss poor. Holy shit!
We talked about it. Like, no, it was very bad. Now, those quests could have been bad in their area already too, so it may be equal. You're right. I will say you might be right. It may be equal for them in their market, but I looked at them like, $400, I get $20 bonus.
See, that's pretty crappy.
I would rather just.
From what I thought I saw, they were like $100 bonuses for doing like $400 or $500. Like decent. I'm not quite sure. I think that was on Lyft too, but I don't quite remember. That was on Reddit.
Do you have any aspirations of doing anything else but Uber? Are like what's
not right now?
No,
I'm happy doing this. Yeah, I'm happy driving for people. It's a lot of fun.
And you just love working at night.
Yeah, I love the night shift. Yeah, I've never had a job. I've always wanted to work at night, and I never had a job where like that would pay reasonably well and allow me to work at night.
Right.
Until this came around.
What kind of as we're wrapping up, I'm asking all kinds of questions as far as like gas. Like, do you use a specific gas app, or do you use like to save money?
Oh, I used to use what's it called? Not Gas Buddy.
Upside?
Gridwise.
Oh,
Upside.
Gridwise.
Yeah, no, not Upside.
Gridwise
That was always a shame.
Gridwise
Gridwise was fucking sweet because at one point they were giving like 50 cents off a gallon, and I was eating that up every day.
Yeah.
I was maxing that out every month. Yeah, they were losing way too much money off of giving everybody 50 cents off a gallon. You pay $10 a month and get 50 cents off a gallon for 100 gallons. You're saving $40 a month. You save $50 in gas. Yeah.
Right.
Spend $10 to save $50 a month. It was awesome for what it lasted. But no, I just use the Sunoco app, and I have a credit card that gives me 5% back on gas. So if you find you're never going to find any better gas card than like 4 or 5%.
Yeah.
Whatchamacallit? I think it's Penn Federal Credit Union or some Penn bank that offers it. It's a pretty sweet pretty sweet thing.
You can't get more savings with an Uber Pro card?
I don't know. I'm not wait, Uber Pro, is that the one you pay for? That comes no, it's Uber One. What's Uber Pro? Is that like the blue, gold, silver, or blue?
Yeah,
gold,
those
platinum?
are your statuses, but it's just the debit card that you get from them that you can use, and the higher the status, like the better percentage. Like,
I'm never past blue. I don't.
Oh no,
my acceptance rate's like 40%.
Okay, well that's better than mine.
Yeah, it's pretty crappy.
That's pretty good. I'm blue too. I've never
been higher than like 50% acceptance rate.
I'm usually gold, but we'll see.
And then like every time I have to take an Uber personally, like to get in my car, if I have to leave it in the shop somewhere or something, it's like the driver's like diamond. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
He's taking every single ride.
Yeah, like that $400 bonus is not worth it. The only thing that might be worth it is the airport extra thing. But you're gonna have $100 drivers that are also diamond competing for that shit too.
But see, great. I mean, even in our market, you don't have the airport benefits or anything because we have like 10 people in.
Yeah, your airport's so small. Philadelphia is massive.
Yeah, it's kind of small.
The only thing that I would take advantage of if I was Diamond is back to the EV, but they give you like 40% off EV charging.
That's not bad.
But the company that they use is only in Detroit right now.
So they just have to drive 2 hours to Detroit. It'll be fine.
Oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Oh, we lost Frank.
There we go.
There he is.
He probably got a ride.
Oh, you muted Frank.
I don't think he is muted. Well, he's.
Yeah, can you hear me? I'm not muted.
There we go.
Now I can hear you. Yeah.
I was gonna say I didn't think I was muted.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyways, we're coming up on 30 minutes, so you got to get to work, and Jesper and I got to go to bed. I got to drive a school bus in the morning. So
I'm not going to work tonight. I usually take off Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I'm going to see Oppenheimer tonight. So
are you?
Fun. Yeah, 70 millimeter, 70 millimeter IMAX. Yeah, that's what it is.
You got an IMAX bike because there's only like 27.
There's I think 30 worldwide, 4 on the East Coast. King of Prussia is like 10 minutes outside of Philly. That's got one. You guys have one too. I noticed.
Yeah,
in Grand Rapids. I saw that.
We have multiple IMAX, but one of them actually got the big Oppenheimer.
Yeah, 70 millimeter. That's the one you want to see it in. That's what Christopher Nolan said is the one to go see.
Yeah.
Let's be honest though. Let's be frank.
I don't know the difference for sure, but
let's be frank. Exactly. Like, am I gonna know that? Am I gonna like have fun in my pants when I see this?
I don't know what the difference is, so I don't know what I'm gonna be supposed to be looking for.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel like you need to Google it before you go, so be like what you're looking for. Because
that's a good idea. Yeah, now I'll do that first, so that I know like what I'm paying extra for.
Yeah, and then you can report back to us and be like, "Hey, don't do it." It's not
or maybe it'll be totally 100% worth it.
I know. I'm excited for the feedback.
I haven't seen an IMAX since I was like 5 years old, and I don't even remember it. So I'm really pumped for it.
Been so long.
It's a giant screen. I love IMAX.
I heard they had to do some technological advancements with the IMAX systems because Oppenheimer is 3 hours long, like 182 minutes, and they've never had an IMAX movie that long before. Okay. And since they use actual film, it's 11 miles of film.
I know.
And they had to actually make the thing that holds that much film. They had to make it bigger to hold it.
It will not hold anymore. That's it.
It's like right on the edge. Like anymore would just fall right off of the floor.
Touches the metal. It will not hold anymore.
I saw a video on that. That was crazy.
Well, cool. We'll have
pumped on
fun watching that and report back.
Thank
in
you
the
so
group.
much for coming on.
Man, thank you for having me. This is awesome.
I appreciate it. And yeah, we'll catch
Sorry if
you.
I over talked. I talk a lot. I love it so much.
No,
So are we gonna see you at the picnic?
Probably not. It's a good 11.5-hour drive, but who knows? Maybe. I have no idea.
I mean, come on, it's only 11.5 hours. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, that's I do that every other day.
I mean,
think of what Janet is doing here. Come on.
Where's Janet coming from?
New Zealand.
She's driving from New Zealand. That's
She's not driving, but
what is
all the
it?
way through China and Russia. And like,
Is it like a 23-hour flight? We said.
Yep,
that?
something like that.
23 hours. Holy shit!
I mean,
Oh
not
my
straight.
God.
She's got to fly to
okay.
like I don't know, somewhere, maybe Australia.
A
and
layover.
Yeah, there's a couple of layovers, but
It's like, wow, I didn't know flights could go that long.
I was gonna say, I don't
Crazy.
think the airport
They're
can carry that
refueling in
much
the air.
fuel. Yeah.
22 hours.
22 hours.
I was 1 hour. But the picnic's on the 23rd. That's where the number came from. I remember.
Yeah. Maybe, who knows? Maybe because I saw it on Google Maps and I was like, 11.5. That's not so bad.
We have some
not
pretty
too
good
far.
Airbnb. We have some pretty good Airbnbs up here. You can pick up.
Oh yeah, Airbnb.
And what's his name? Oh my gosh,
John.
Yeah, pick up John on the
no,
way up.
John would be south of him. He's south of Jersey. He's
I'd
out
have to go. Yeah, I already have
Just
to
go down
like,
and up
this way to get to you guys. I'd be going like a big old U shape just to get out. I'd be adding like an extra 10 hours.
Yeah, no.
But where do you live? Kentucky?
Who, John?
Yeah, you said.
No,
Did you say?
John's in North Carolina.
Oh, North Carolina. Oh no, that's what's like. I have to drive out of the way to go down there.
Yeah, you have to go south. Larry's in Kentucky.
Okay.
And John's or Tom's in Chicago. That's the no, don't let Jesper peer pressure. He always peer pressures out of towners to come. So
I might. I don't know.
Well,
I'll
it'll be
think about
cool to come. We'll be able to hang out after the picnic.
Yep.
For all the well, I'll hang out with anybody. It doesn't have to just be out of towners, but
Doesn't have to be Uber drivers or
No.
listeners of the podcast. It can just be anybody.
yeah,
Whoever happens to be walking on the street at the time. Yeah.
yeah.
Hey,
Well,
there
it's
you go.
tucked way back, so we don't get too many randos.
Okay. You're not
We
like
did-
out.
remember
like, on the
last
corner.
year, Jesper? We had that one guy.
I know. I'm
Well, I
sure.
think he was a driver. But I think he just came upon us.
Yeah. No, he wasn't planning on it.
Just hey, it's a cool party. What are you guys doing out here?
Yeah, that's
I
basically
know.
what it was. And then he won something too, and I was like, God damn it.
What? This random guy just shows up and wins something
Yeah, and ate our
Wow.
food.
Yeah.
and ate the food. Oh wow, how
It's
polite.
okay, Jason. It'll be okay.
Yeah, we can afford a hamburger for him.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right, Frank. Have a good night. Enjoy the movie.
Thank you so much,
All
guys.
right, you too. Take care, guys.